Hello agents, welcome back and happy Monday. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Stick around, check out the channel. Today's video is all about confession. Sometimes, I wish I had learned some things sooner rather than later. Now, before we get into that, you know the drill. Gotta pay homage to the Ubisoft overlords. You only have today and tomorrow for the photo contest. Now, Ubisoft has allowed me to promote it under their content creators program, and said Ubisoft overlords want me to thank them for this gift. Remember, their words, not mine. And I have partnered with Ubisoft to produce this content. The details of the campaign is going to be listed below. So now that that's done, let's do it. Now, whether you've just picked up the Division 2 or you're coming back after a long break, for me, there's a few things I really wish someone had told me when I started. These aren't build tips or technical breakdowns. These are just hard-earned lessons that would have saved me hours of frustration, and maybe the game would have been way more enjoyable early on. So, here are some things I wish I knew when I first started playing the Division 2. 1. You don't need to keep everything. Now, early on, I hoarded gear like it was gold. Every named item, every item with a really good stat, every gear set piece I thought I might use someday. You have to remember, I started out playing long before there were ways to improve your gear or weapons. The true grind was finding god-roll pieces for everything. And I only replaced them if the game dropped better versions. So, don't be worried to dismantle or donate. Focus on building your recalibration library. Save space for gear with good synergy, not just high numbers. Your stash shouldn't be a graveyard of what-ifs. If it doesn't serve your build right now or unlock something later, it's basically clutter. Remember, the game will drop the item again. If you discover a video or loadout from another player that does suit your game or playstyle, remember that's what Summit and Countdown are for. 2. The campaign is just the beginning. When I beat the main story, I thought I was done. But the Division 2 really didn't begin for me until I hit World Tier 1. That's when the factions got stronger and the missions changed up a little bit. And once Warlords of New York was released, you had to go through all the world tiers before heading to New York. Post-WONI, new gear systems unlocked like recalibration and expertise. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by the early game, just hang tight. Just hang on. The endgame is where it gets interesting, and that's where builds really start to come into focus. 3. Sometimes you have to rescue the help. The AI in this game can often leave much to be desired. Taking over a control point seems pretty easy, right? You approach the area, get into position, check out the layout, and you fire your flare for help. And then you start blasting while you wait, because if you just sit there, the control point will most likely come looking for you to see where all the ruckus is about. And you realize about a third of the way through mowing down the NPCs that the help is stuck in conflict. Okay, well, you do your best and you empty the control point, you killed everything, and that help is still in conflict. You're going to have to go get them, save them, and then they are free to continue to the control point. I did an experiment once and waited 10 minutes for them to arrive. After 10 minutes, I still had to go get them. And the audacity of one of the NPCs actually going, "We did it!" Now, this doesn't seem to happen as often or for as long of a period of time if you take over the control point before popping the flare. Once you improve your game skill and playstyle, you may actually prefer to take it over, pop the flare, and then race to kill the second wave before they show up. And I do this from time to test my build, keep my gameplay sharp, and to see if I can, quote, beat the clock, so to speak. 4. What I call Ford's map. You'll notice from time to time when I approach a control point in my videos as background footage while I opine all things Division, that I'll look left, right, behind me, and check the map before I pop a flare. Well, I do this because the AI in this game has a nasty sense of humor. I'm about to pop the flare, nothing is nearby. Moments after popping it, we get a resource convoy, some random elite patrol, a random faction just happens to suddenly walk by and decide to invite themselves. A drone comes out of nowhere. And after 4 trips to the ammo box, everything's dead, you spent the last round on your primary, shit's on fire, there's a gas can randomly exploding, that drone is destroyed, leaving its loot on the ground, loot everywhere, and there goes the chime. Isaac says, "Rogue agents detected," and the rogue music starts. Every damned time. And all I wanted to do was take over a control point. This usually happens for me at the haunted house control point. Great big pain in the ass, especially with how that control point is designed compared to, say, the solar farm. I call this the Ford's map, as I used to be in a clan that had a player in it, and his handle was Ford. And it seemed that every time we jumped in on his map, there's that constant nonsense happening everywhere we went. Didn't matter if we were doing Tidal Basin, didn't matter if we were doing a control point, let alone a bounty. It just seemed like his map was set to a high-tune, heroic level that nobody else had. And it never failed. A lot of us did this experiment with him. We would just jump in randomly. It would pop off. A bunch of us would jump in, and it would pop off. It just happened every time. So if you're just starting out, take these to heart. Clean out your junk. Expect the real fun to come later. Build for how you play, not how someone else tells you to. But always be open-minded enough to see if other builds will enhance your gameplay and skill. And if you've ever experienced Ford's map, take it as best you can, 1 kill at a time. If this helped you or reminded you of your own early struggles, drop a comment below. I want to hear about it. And if you're a veteran player watching this, what do you wish you had known earlier? Let's help the next wave of agents. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to leave a like, share it with someone who might be able to relate. Now, membership info is available on the membership tab for the channel in case you're interested. We're on X and Discord. Clans are on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. And until the next one, this is Hannibal, signing off.